All right, so we covered the news, the basic political news. I mean, not all of it. You can't cover all of it, but the important stuff. The important stuff. However, let's cover some fun stuff that's been going on. So, TPUSA, Turning Points USA, which is the big conservative thing, they had their
I'm sorry, we'd be like 12 for a minute. TPUSA, like,
yeah,
why would you sign off on that? Okay, anyway,
yeah.
let's talk about TP.
Well, it is kind of apt. They want to toilet paper the country. So anyway, here they
Only
did.
about half of it. They
Yeah,
only want to do about half of it.
just the people they don't like. Yeah. So
And which
here's
people are those, Duncan? Which people are those?
I don't know, people like us leftists. Anyway,
Yeah.
so they did I don't know, some conference thing, but I pulled up a clip and you might like this. So this is Sam Seder, Emma Vigilant on the Majority Report. We've used them a bunch of times before. They're great. If you haven't seen the show, you should definitely check it out. It's a great show. But they're talking about a clip from TPUSA where they talk about the right to vote. So enjoy this. So this
Now
is
we're about to find out who they want on TP.
yeah. This is Sam and Emma.
And outdo each other in revanchist and retrograde ideas. Graham Page says it is important to know Jason Whitlock has no family, children, never has. I'm not sure why, but go ahead.
Okay.
Vacuum cleaners. We didn't have Clorox wet wipes. It took a lot of effort to maintain a home in the 16, 17, and 1800s. Women, in their proper mindset, in my view, were so respectful and so honored by the responsibility God gave them of nurturing and developing and grooming children in the womb, because that is when life begins.
Well, there you go, right there. We're already starting off with a great set. So women, back in the shut up, Lacey. I'm a man and I'm talking. You need to be respectful. You need to be respectful.
That is not what's happening here. I do not need anyone to tell me about my womb. If you're not my doctor, you don't get to tell me about my womb. And even then, I feel like I can tell my doctor a handful of things about my womb.
Well,
so he lost me at mansplaining my womb to me.
Well, but I think he missed his bigger point, and actually, you illustrated you missed his bigger point, which is you need to be respectful of me, the man.
Hey everybody, please type in the comments below. Should I be respectful of the man over here and let him tell me about my womb?
I don't know about your womb. I'm just saying you need to be respectful. Lacey, all I know is this: is I came home yesterday from work, and I'm a single guy, and half of our generation is not married, and yet dinner was not on the table when I got home. So what the fuck? What the hell is up with you guys? What's going on? I had to make my own dinner. How did that happen?
Did you have to go out and club it over the head and drag it into?
No.
Something manly like that?
I went to a grocery store.
Mm-hmm. No, you're not doing your job.
You're probably not. Oh my God, I love that. The women were respectful. Are you fucking kidding me with that shit?
Oh yeah, no thank you.
You're in the wrong goddamn era, motherfucker.
Well, and they pointed out that he's never been married and doesn't have any kids. I mean, I've never been married and I don't have any kids either, but
Well, neither am I, but
I don't know. I'm just gonna suggest that. I mean, he probably would not want a lefty woman like me, but I sure don't plan on having any dates, or if I accidentally ended up on one, no follow-up dates with somebody who talks about how way back then women were respectful.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna start educating me about my womb. Nope. Next.
I'm an elder millennial. I have different concepts, right? I'm like the cooking, cleaning shit. Yeah, we can split that up. I'll cook, I'll clean. I don't care. But you better have a fucking job. I don't care what your job is. Just have a job. I have a job. You should have a job. It's the 21st century. It's not the 1600s anymore. It's not the 1800s. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I just know you're not being respectful, Lacey, and it's hurtful.
That women weren't sitting around saying, "Oh my God, if I was an advertising executive, how much happier I would be."
Closet, I just wanted to let you know that in the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries, there were no advertising executives, even if you were a male. I mean, I understand it would be, inappropriate and for women to be thinking like that. Although, on the other hand, it would have also been very forward-thinking in that there would be advertising executives at all. Those did not happen really until the 20th.
Sam kind of just hammers home the stupidity of the whole thing. Oh my gosh. This is just it's so ridiculous. I can't even, but this is the conservative movement. This is what they're selling. This is especially what they're selling to young men. This is their whole movement to get young men to vote for them. This is it. Women need to be subservient, making us sandwiches, and I should come home and you should have a fucking cocktail ready and kiss my ass.
Well, kick, I don't know.
Lacey, what's important is you don't have a job and you just stay home and take care of me. That's your whole existence.
When I decide I'm not going to have a job, you're not going to find me at home.
No, you're going to be out with some other guy.
For sure.
Somebody who actually appreciates you. It's just such a fucking joke.
That they weren't the primary financial providers in their home. They had the greatest responsibility that God has given. Life. They were responsible for replenishing the earth and nurturing life in the womb, which is the most critical part of the development of children. What transpires in the womb.
So there you go, Lacey. Your job is to stay home, make me dinner,
and let things transpire in my womb.
Yes, and primarily you should produce children.
Create a little colony. There's something colonizing in my womb. I'm having all these cities here. I'm going to create them.
And hey, let's be fair. Preferably, it should be male children. Otherwise, what fucking good are you?
I clearly need more people to tell me about my womb.
Oh, shit. This is it, man. This is a conservative political action conference designed to talk to young people. And they got Jason Whitlock, who is a former coach, who's a total dipshit. I mean, this guy couldn't find his dick with both hands, no matter how hard he tried. I wouldn't trust this guy to find his way out of a paper bag. And he's telling women what they should be doing with their lives. It's just amazing. Amazing to me. All right, so we're gonna watch a little bit more of this because this is just like it's fascinating how backwards these people are.
And so they have recreated this history that, oh God, it was all just sexism, and we didn't have the right to vote until Susan B. Anthony and the women's suffrage movement. And I will defend life before suffrage. Because a vote used to represent the family. When we were a culture that really valued family and really understood the natural order that God intended, man serving God, woman following man who serves God, man and woman developing and nurturing children.
Can you pause it? I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that is fucking priceless.
Okay, so
No, go for it. you have to go for it here, man. I got nothing to say. I got nothing.
so by
Oh, hang on. Hang on 1 second. You're breaking up.
by that
You there? Okay. All right, go now. Sorry.
okay, so by that math, my brain just like exploded into a million shards, just so we're clear here. So by that math, that takes away the vote of all of the married women.
All women.
Because family values.
All women.
Well, but if it belongs to the family.
No. Because he protects life over the right to vote. So you should have to give birth. And that's more important than you being able to have the right to vote. So you should not have
if a woman isn't married and doesn't have a husband, does that just mean no vote at all? Or because there's not a husband to do the vote, she would be the head of her family? Or a single woman with children would be the head of her family? So some women would get the vote, but not the women who have husbands?
Well, no.
So then they would be punishing marriage if they did that.
No, but you're confusing this because in his mind, there are no single mothers or women who don't have children. Your only function is to get married and have children.
But what if it backfired on him? What if that meant that he was eliminating the vote? Follow my math, okay? Let's do my version of his math. It's gonna be fun, okay? You ready?
Yeah, no, okay, go for it. His math is wrong. Go for it.
His math is wrong. Here's my version of his math. So what this effectively means is that for these family values couples, these married couples with children, they only get one vote because it's just one family, one economic unit, right?
Right.
But you and I, we are not married people. We are each separate economic units. Therefore, my economic unit still gets a vote, you see. Unless I married you, in which case I delete my vote and you absorb all the voting for both of us, right?
Well, why would you delete your vote because you married me? You're still in...
Because what he said,
you're trying to do his math. Sorry, my bad.
I'm doing his math. We're not in real logic, we're in his math. But he didn't think his own math through here, because what that effectively means, they also want to not recognize certain families, all the queer ones. So all of the queer families still get to keep their own individual votes, right? And a lot of us lefties that are hanging out, living in sin and not getting married and all that sort of stuff, we're keeping our votes because we're not actually married either. So actually, maybe what he's doing is he's largely taking away votes from conservative women.
So let me qualify this. So your argument, your counter argument to his logic is...
Maybe. Okay.
Well, no. You're countering his logic here. You're granting him the premise, right? And you're saying, well, but doesn't it mean that it's better than to not get married?
Well, yes.
Because then you retain your own rights and you retain the right to vote.
Correct.
So
right. He wants to argue for family values, but you would get more rights if you weren't married, and actually he would level up the power of all the queer families by not recognizing their marriages either.
So if you were just...
So he might effectively swing everything a little left without even trying.
Right. So if you were just living with a guy, didn't get married, and you guys had a kid, you'd still have total autonomy over your body.
Right, because we're
not
living
married.
in sin, man. We're not a unit.
And you would still retain the right to vote because you're not responsible to him because he's not your husband.
Correct.
I don't know. I like your argument. That's a good argument.
That's a really good argument.
He's basically made the argument.
It took me a while to get you there, but
I was gonna say, ladies, Lacey just nailed it for you. Just if you never get married, you don't have to be responsible to a husband, do you?
So apparently, this particular sector of conservatives, whatever little section he is with, apparently they are going to push you to not get married. And if you want to retain your rights, even if they come into any power, just stay not married or be a little gay.
There you
go.
Or
a lot gay.
There you go.
Any amount of gay you want, or unmarried. Live in sin.
Lacey just proved it. Just proved it. If you want to have, if you're a woman and you want to retain your rights, just don't get married. Because if you get married, apparently, according to him, you lose all your rights and you have no rights, and you're responsible to your husband and whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah. Good argument. That's a good argument.
You know what? If that's a cage match, I'm putting that in the win column for Lacey.
That is a win. That is a cage match win for Lacey. You just took his argument and beat the shit out of him with it. You might as well have just ripped his arm off.
Beat him with it. Yeah, I do feel like I ripped his arm off and beat him with it. Yeah, that's true. See, I can math.
Good work. Good stuff. Yeah.
Win for Lacey.
Yeah, dust it off, baby. You nailed that one home. All right. So